Previously, I created this report number 3. I'm going to start rerunning it by clicking on the link that I had. As you may remember, if you ever seen the previous video, I made the selection for fiscal year 2019. I can alter this choice by just making a small change and capture 2 fiscal years instead of 1. And I can run my report quickly. Now, data rows expanded to 41. Previously, it was 39 rows. But yet, all the total contract values are aggregated for 2 fiscal years per place of manufacturer, small business type being woman-owned, and per department name and ID. While I'm here, I have several options. I can see this in design mode and edit my report. This is currently in grid mode as default. I can convert this to a graph or grid or graph. I can also add this report to history list, share this report, send it now, or I can subscribe to it, or I can export it to different formats, or I can print it. Same icons do also exist in the toolbar at the top. In the second menu item, I have tools, which are the windows that I need to use in order to work with my reports. For example, I can enable or disable certain areas of this canvas. If I uncheck this view filter, it will be hidden. And I can show pivot buttons in here. In order to have changes to data, I can use the options under data menu. I can add totals. I can rename columns as I wish. I can swap the rows and columns. And I can even create a new metric on the fly. These are all covered in our reference guide. In here, under the format menu, I can do advanced formatting. I can resize the columns and rows as I wish. Now, I would like to show the functionality of share. Once selected, you will be given a link. You can copy this link by clicking on the clipboard and pasting on an email. And the recipient of this link shall be a registered user at betasem.gov for them to access. In my case, once I share that, the sharee has to be in the who has access list for this report in order to run or view the result set. I'll be selecting my colleague Charles, since I know his access information, and I can select his name, and it will be added to the list. I will be given options in here to add certain levels of privileges to Charles. I'm going to keep it as default at view. The rest is covered under the user guide. I'm going to click done. When I share that link with him, Charles will have access to be able to view and run my report. But in order for me to do so, I have to save it. So the report definition is saved. Within the report itself, during the runtime, I can add a condition to limit this data, and it's called view filter. This is an online analytical processing functionality that comes with our business intelligence tool that's embedded in our reporting module. Once clicked on the condition, I can select any object that's on this report, not from outside, on this report, to be used as a filter. Let's go with the department name. Once I make a selection, I am giving an option qualify or select. Since this is a name, I'm giving a list, but I can always use the qualify option and go ID contains and type in like general and hit apply. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. Contains and hit apply. It will limit the contracting department to be General Services Administration since it contains the name general. And it didn't run against the database again because it's within the report result set that I'm adding the condition. And this is called a view filter. I can remove the condition one by one by clicking on this X, or if I have multiple conditions and clear them all at the same time by clicking on clear all. And it will remove the condition and it will display the original result set. Let's add another condition. Add condition, department ID, 4700, hit apply, which is the General Service Administration. Now, let's add another condition. Quickly, you can analyze your data on the go by using the view filter. If you want these to become permanent filters, what you can do is go back to design mode, go back to your report objects, and you can, since contracting department ID is in here, you can click on that and remove 9700 and just kept 4700, which is General Service Administration. Hit apply, and you can bring in base all options value, total contract value, into by selecting left button and dropping it in here and entering it $500,000 and hitting it apply. Now, these become permanent conditions. I can hit save and run. Now, you still see the view filter in here. Once clear all, original 41 rows didn't come back because I altered the where condition of the report. This is a very effective way of really specifying which data you are interested in. You can bring in tons of data that belong to different department IDs, and you can eliminate them by studying them and using this method. First, you can work with view filter, then you can alter your report filter within the design mode. That will cover the section for these functionalities.